Alright, how's it going, guys? I didn't get a chance to stream today because of a couple doctor's appointments around my normal stream time, but I still wanted to get a video out for you guys for YouTube. So, we're going to play Burn Assassin. This was something I just made in about 2 seconds. I know Burn Assassin is something that's got a lot from this expansion. I think it's going to take a lot of time to figure out exactly what the best builds of this is going to end up being, whether it's the market version or whether it's something that's a bit more creature based. This kind of is a little bit more creature based, using stuff like Mournhold Trader, which isn't a given. We have the new card Vanessa's Scribe, which I actually really like in action based lists, especially because of Hexmage. It's also just a 3-mana 4/3, so it might be tough to get good placement onto the board. Most of our stuff wants to go Shadow, but we want to just start firing things as fast as possible. Gonna try Forked Bolt. I don't think this card's that good, but there's always a chance, especially with the Spoils of War in a 50-card deck, to potentially move through your deck very quickly, keep burning. Vanessa's Scribe discounting things, so we'll see. We'll see if this can get you there. This is just gonna try to be super aggressive as fast as possible. We'll see if it's good enough. Alright, going up against the Telvanni. Telvanni's got the heal usually. See if we can push past it. Altmer Flameslinger into Vanessa's Scribe seems like a good early curve. Spoils of War as well is nice with Altmer Flameslinger. That can go down to 3 right away. I always like getting the Dominion Oathman out. I think 1 mana 2/2 is better than waiting for the value. This forces a response right away. Now, their early creatures usually want to be rung out into the field lane, so there was actually something to be said about moving that into the shadow. Ooh, it looks like he has a more aggressive version, so we've got the race ready. He wants to race, then I'm just going to set up this Altmer Flameslinger in the shadow lane. He can have the field lane. I'm out. Yeah, especially with the with the Skinned Hound coming in. So now we have the option to Shadow Shift. We have the Dominion Oathman as well, so we can go ahead and Shadow Shift. This is going to send the Spoils of War down to 2. He's going to get a Prophecy, because of course he is. Staff of Ice. Alright, I didn't expect that one. But this is going to keep the Spoils of War at 1. Gonna go ahead and draw some cards. We drew the Forked Bolt, which is not great. We don't really want the Forked Bolt. not at the moment. But we've already gotten to work on this life total. We've got the Harpy, or his big guy. Another Altmer Flameslinger is nice.
They cannot hope to outwit me.
Oh, looks like he's on a similar strategy.
Out of my sight.
But he's got some prophecies, whereas I don't. Okay. Well, he hits the Harpy. Is a bit unfortunate. We're going to set up the Flameslinger number 2. We're going to take care of his Harpy, and then take care of his Kinsman. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to give him this heal. We've got our cannons firing in the right lane, so...
Motherless dog.
Ice Spike's reasonable. Can help us go over the top here. Flying Spirit's fine. It's a little bit slow here.
I see you waking and sleeping.
We're just going to go ahead and get rid of this, and we're going to draw first, because this is going to trigger our ring. Let's see if we can find our own prophecy. We were able to find one. Is quite nice. So we're going to lock down this Haunting Spirit. Are we going to be playing another creature this turn in the Shadow Lane? Maybe looking at playing the Vanessa's Scribe here. Hopefully knock down this Ice Spike. So let's go ahead and Shadow Shift first, see what that gives us. Gives us some Murkwater Scourge, and that's actually a really big deal, because that's going to keep this alive. So let's go ahead and get that rolling. We go ahead and curse this, which is going to keep everything on our board alive.
Vile Canker Blossom.
Join us.
He's going to go ahead and Cliff Race us. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. So this is going to take him down to 15. He's going to get another Prophecy. Oh, no, okay. It froze for a second. I was like, he really got another Prophecy on me? God damn it. Alright. So we're looking at 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 14. So it looks like we got him. Barring, of course, another prophecy.
Out of my sight. Blood and faith. Out of my sight.
Forked Bolt. Gonna give us exact lethal. Able to push through 2 prophecies in the first 2 runes. That was a good sign. Dominion Oathman and getting the early spoils was a really big deal. We got a free, basically free 2-2 because the cost replaced itself on the spoils of war. Yeah. So last time we were able to just set up on the race and that got us there. Tribunal's going to be a little bit more controlling though. Assuming, again, this isn't mid because we were surprised by the mid last time. Gambler is always a big, very dangerous against a Tribunal, but we don't have a lot of creature development, so I really don't mind an early Gambler. Especially if there's a good chance we're going to be pitching something we don't want. Hit the Hex Mage early, hit the Trader early. So the hope is we bait his removal with the Trader. And then the Gambler gets to live. So knowing that his 2-drop wants to come down field and contest, this, we want the Mortal Trader to go into an empty field lane, which means we're going to lead Shadow with the Oathman here. So a Wardcrafter, Barrowstalker, that sort of thing, we get to just go Trader into the field lane. And then it is uncontested by a 2-1, where it would be usually contested by a 2-1 because it's left over from this. Just goes with the negation. So early removal that's not on the Gambler is always good.
Of course I'm on yours.
See if we can get some Trader swings in, start knocking down this life total. Channeled Storm would be bad to see, but again, it's another thing not on the Gambler.
The hist shall heal you.
Treeminder makes this awkward because he has opened up his 5-mana removals for this Gambler. I think we're just going to have to lean into it, though. We'll get rid of the Blood Sacrament because that's the slowest one in our hand. We need to get some damage through the board first for that Blood Sacrament to matter. But now his Cast into Time, Jav, and Edict are all live because of that Treeminder. Piercing Twilight is going to come down. That's really good for us. Unless he's got the Fire Bloom here and manages to hit it. Also not getting rid of anything super relevant here. It's just the Blood Sacraments. Or the Dominion Oathman if he wants. Apparently he doesn't. Oh, he may have actually hit the bug. There's been a bug going around with discard piles where you have to kind of relog. Alright, so we were able to pick up a good amount of reach here. We have the Forked Bolt to finish this off if we need to.
You bet on the wrong side.
So we're going to obviously Shadow Shift here to run away from this. We're going to force the Ice Storm out from him. Question is, do we want to go ahead with the Satanine Courier? Knowing that we don't have too much else to do this turn, and knowing that creature combat is going to be tough for us to really approach in this matchup, I really want to just get the Satanine out. I think we're going to Shadow Shift it as well, just for the cards. Just to restock our hand, give us something to do that isn't a Elandril Hexmage next turn. Now he has access to his Ice Storm. But we have Forked Bolt to push through the 4-1 and then go with the Cliff Racer into the field lane. Him hitting face there is great for us as well. Squish the Wimpy's going to come down on the Mournhold Trader. But once again, we have the answer ready to go. Legion 0 Templar. He's got the 4-mana 2/5 ready to go. Another Forked Bolt's great for us here, so I think we're just gonna go with the Hex Mage. Set that up. We can work through both of these. The other option is to just go with the Cliff Racer. I think I want to go with the Hex Mage here, pushing the maximum amount of damage with these Forked Bolts. He is able to hit a Prophecy, which is a big deal. We could have made this swing first for that reason. But I expect any Prophecy is going to come down on the Hex Mage itself. We should have made this swing first. That was a mistake in order. Curious what's going over here. Pointy Wall of Spikes is actually pretty fine because I don't need to attack with this. If he can give it a dagger or play something like a Fervor, that would be bad, but that leaves our 4-1 up in the Shadow Lane unless he has 1 mana spell to pair with it. We also have the Crushing Blow ready to go. I think he just needs to jab this Hex Mage. I think he needs removal, and he hasn't had removal in a while because he wasn't able to use it on the Gambler. He's got the Shadow Fen, but we're still going to be pushing damage here with the Crushing Blow. Very slow turn for him. Now, Lightning Bolt makes this a little bit awkward. I think not knowing where we really want this Crushing Blow to go, we're going to swing with this first. If he has a Prophecy that hits this, yeah. We have the other option, which is just to ignore the field lane, go Cliff Racer, and then Crushing Blow bolt his face next turn. It gets really, really punished by a Prophecy Golden Initiate, but any other situation, this should be very good. We also have Archcannon Sirione, which potentially spells an issue. But it's tough to get immediate heal as a Tribunal. That swing going in is fine. He's got the cast into time. Needs to heal with the 2 mana that he has left. It's going to be a pointy wall of spikes. So it looks like we're going to push through again. So Burn Assassin. Gonna struggle, I think, as control lists get more refined, and if you don't get the early creature damage, you really need the early creature damage, so if they're able to prevent it, I think Burn Assassin can struggle a lot, but when it doesn't, you know, Hexmage can do some crazy things, can get some good damage, forces a removal out of your opponent, makes it harder for them to remove your other stuff, so interesting deck, give it a try.